from GE Designs. Welcome to our live show,
Tipsy Tuesday.
Hello everybody. Hey, how's everybody doing this Tuesday? I hope you're having a wonderful day. Say hello to my producer, Mr. HP. Yay! Thank you all for being here. If you're watching us on YouTube and you haven't done so yet, make sure you subscribe to our page. Just hit that red subscribe button. If you prefer to watch us on Facebook, then make sure you're following our page so you get notified whenever we go live. We are live Tipsy Tuesday every week and Happy Friday every week. So
Sure enough.
yeah, and you know what? We're live, so make sure you comment throughout the show. Send us some thumbs up and hearts if you can, and like what we're doing and saying. There's lots going on here and at GE everywhere today. So we're a little frazzled, just a little bit, just a little frazzled.
Everything falls at the same time.
I know it does every time, but we have a giveaway at the end of the show, so stick around everybody and wait for that giveaway question. So to begin the show, we're going to announce our winner from last week, where I asked you, what is your favorite midday snack? And our winner is...
Drum roll, please.
Angela Kutz or Kutz. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, so sorry about that, Angela, but send us an email to help@gequiltdesigns.com to claim your prize. And Angela's favorite snack is trail mix and popcorn.
Nice.
I know. That was pretty common answers. Lots of popcorn, some trail mix or nuts or mix thereof, and
cheese.
Yeah, actually lots of variety in
White
our
cheese,
snacks.
cheddar popcorn, the best.
Okay, all right.
Just saying.
We are excited. We have a jam-packed show for you guys today. So we are kicking off, of course, with our monthly program, Jumbolaya. It is time for block number 7. And our tip of the day is going to be me showing you how to put together block number 7 of 9. So only 2 more after this. It's just funny how time just
flies by.
Flies by.
Jeepers.
But let's take a look at our Jumbolaya block 7. Let's get started on our Baton Rouge block number 7. And of course, named after the city, the capital city of Louisiana. So we have our cutting first, and our instructions are going to be on 2 pages. So make sure you have it all printed out and ready to go. So I started cutting all of my pieces out, so I have them all labeled. You're going to have labels ranging from A and I think through M. So once all of those are labeled and ready, we can get started on our piecing. So starting in step number 1, we're going to take our strips from fabric 3, and we're going to sew the strips from fabric 3 between 2 strips from fabric 2. And we're going to make 2 strip sets, just like shown. We're going to press away from that center strip, and then we're going to subcut those into 4 units that are the size shown below, 6.5-inch units. You should be able to easily get 4 out of the 2 strip sets. And that is all for step number 1. Moving into step number 2, we're making half square triangles and using those. They're gonna finish at 3 inches, but we're using the D squares from fabric 1 and fabric 5. So essentially you layer fabric 1 and 5 together, you cut them apart, and we're just gonna sew on that cut edge, and then pressing towards fabric 5, and then we're just gonna trim them to 3.5 inches. And they are going to be looking like this. Right here, so you should have 4 of those. And that is going to take us right into step number 3, where we're going to be using those half square triangles. We are going to be taking E squares from fabric 1 and fabric 6. So I have my turquoise fabric. That's going to look dark, almost dark brown in your pattern. But I'm just going to sew these together here. And we're making 4. We're making 4 of those units, so making 4 sets of these. And then moving on into step number 4, we're taking our half square triangles, making sure you turn them exactly like shown, sewing another fabric 1 square, the E square, to this one. Both of these seams, we're going to press these open because these units, we're going to be able to turn them all every which way, so much easier just to press the seams open. And then moving on into step 5, we are sewing them together into the block like that and pressing that last seam open as well. So you will have a unit that looks like this, and I'll show you on the back, all seams pressed open, except of course the one for the half square triangle. So you're going to make 4 units that look like this. So I'm going to scooch this out of the way. 4 units that look like this. And now we are moving on to step number 6. We're taking our square, our A square from fabric 2, and also the step 1 units we did from the strip piecing. We're sewing that square in the center, and we're pressing away from the square, so towards the strip pieced units. So just making 1 of these. I'm going to set it aside up here. And then we are going to take these units that we had just made and use a strip piece unit like this. And of course, on the other side, we're going to be doing the other one that we sew together. This mine is not sewn together. But making sure that you turn this exactly like this. So the half square triangles here on the bottom, just like the illustration shows, and the dark squares on the outer corners here. We're going to make it 2 sets like this. So once it's sewn, it's going to look like that. And now, for step number 8, we are assembling that center part of our block. So moving this up here. Just sewing that center, and then we turn the other piece to add to the bottom. So all of your half square triangles should be angled kind of as they create this little circle. And these guys we're going to press towards the strip piece unit, so when you sew these together, these seams are going to nest really nicely together and create that full center that should measure 20.5 inches. All right, so, and now we're going to move on to the other parts of the block. And first off, we're going to make some large large flying geese. So we start with a really big, where we have these really large squares from the fabrics 1 and fabric 2. We're going to layer them together, cut them apart, and of course follow the process for making flying geese. And yes, then we end up with 4 really large flying geese. These are going to finish at 5 by 10 inches. So they are big. So as you can see, right here, they are large, but so much fun to do them that way because it goes so much faster and a lot less waste of fabric. So now we're also going to make some half square triangles. So we're using the 8 at a time method with our fabrics. In step number 10, we're going to cut them apart, cut the squares apart like this, make some half square triangles first. We're going to lay them back together to make quarter square triangles, and then we're going to chop them up, trim them so that they are measuring 3.5 inches. 3.5 inches trimmed, and you'll end up with 16 half square triangles from those 2 sets of squares. So a beautiful method, and you end up with these. And set those aside. We have 1 more unit to do, and that is step number 11. We're going to strip piece the eye strip and the J strip and pressing towards the darker fabric, so pressing towards the J, and then we're going to subcut these units apart into 4.5 inch wide units, and you're going to need 4 of them. 4 units. So with all of those things that we have ready, so here are the strip piece units from step number 11. And then we're going to take the half square triangles we made in step 10 and start by sewing 2 half square triangles to each side, just like this. And we are going to be pressing towards the center. So, and we're going to make 4 of these units. And then once these are sewn, we're going to take those in step 13 and sew the large flying geese to that same unit. So once it's pieced, it's going to look like this. So I'm going to make 4 units that look like that. And then moving on into step 14, we are taking the rest of our half square triangles and making mirror image units. And we're also using our 3.5 inch background squares, which are E squares, and then our K rectangles from the background. So we're going to start with, I'm going to just assemble them here on each side. I'm going to start with our squares, and then making sure that you look at that diagram. The half square triangles need to be turned opposite ways, making 4 of each of these, and then the rectangle goes on the bottom. Just like that. And so with this, once these are pieced, like I said, we're going to make 4 of each, like that. So once we move on and have 4 of each made, we are moving into step 15 and sewing these to each side of these step 13 units. So creating this whole piece here, and we're going to just press these seams open, pressing these seams open. We're going to make again 4 of these units. So once we have those done, we're going to set those aside for the last piece of the puzzle, which is going to be our making some flying geese. And we're going to be making 2x4 finished flying geese. So using those 4 sets of squares, I only see 2 in the picture, but we're going to follow the flying geese method as before and end up with 4 flying geese. No, 4. We're going to end up with 16 flying geese. 16 flying geese in this size. So moving on into step 17, we are taking the N rectangles and adding them to the top of the flying geese. So make sure you add it to the right side, pressing towards the rectangle. So we're going to end up with a unit like this. And then moving on into step 18, you're going to do that with all of the flying geese. So in step 18, we are sewing 2 together that look exactly like this, and pressing towards this one, so to the left. If we lay this out like that, you're going to make these pairs, 8 pairs that look like that. And then finally, in step 19, we are going to sew 2 pairs together, matching up those seams right in the middle. That will create that final block. And the pressing on this, we're going to press, these seams are both pressed this way. So we're going to follow the circle and press these opposite ways. So we're spinning the seam in the middle. So they all are going in the circle. We open up that center that creates that little teeny pinwheel in the center, pressing that open, and that is going to really help that center lay flat and not cause any trouble when we start quilting. So making 4 of these blocks that should measure 8.5 inches. And so the final step is to add these units to our piece unit from before, which is this one here. We are going to, so this is our step 15 unit. We're going to add these guys to each side, and here it doesn't matter how you turn it, they're all gonna, because the seams are all going the same way. We're adding a pinwheel block to each side, so it's going to look like this. So you're making 2 sets like this. So I'm going to just align this one up here. And now we want to assemble the center, which consists of course, our center block, which you're not going to be able to see all of it. But essentially that comes together here. And then we have our center seam, and then our other set below that. And then we are going to be using 2 of our units from step 15 that go on the end here. So let me just scooch this up so you can see more of it. So that's going to be 1 unit going this way. And we'll have another piece on the other side here. And so that will be center unit. We make 2 of these. And then finally, once we have these pieced, I press the seams away from the step 15 unit, so towards the pinwheels. And then at the same time, we press these seams towards that center block. And then we join all 3. Those last 2 seams, I like to press those seams open to have a nice and flat finish. But that is our Baton Rouge block. I'm going to finish putting all those pieces together so I can finish my center, adding the sides, and then of course finishing piecing my other unit for the bottom, and that will finish our block number 7 for Jumbolaya. There it is, Jumbolaya block number 7. These blocks are so much fun to make, and I hope you're joining us in this venture of making big jumbo blocks. 32 inches, which is, of course, enough to be a quilt. So it's a 1 block quilt, just like Jumbolaya is a 1-pot meal. So nice. But some of you are making maybe multiples to make it a lap size quilt. You can make a twin size quilt with 6 blocks or king size with 9 blocks. So I'm making all of mine first and probably going to join them into one big quilt. But, you know, I've made a couple of just onesies, and so did Jody. So here is Jody's version of Jumbolaya 7. She used some of the fabric we showed last week, the nursery rhyme time, and I just love this result. How cute is that? And this is just a great idea for you. You can purchase a half-yard bundle of some of our more kind of kids themed fabric or something that you want to have themed, and just make a little block. You don't have to use every single fabric in the block. She mixed in some great Color Club fabrics to make this block. And here is last month's block, number 6, and she was able to use those same fabrics in this block too. And I think she has more left over from the bundle to make maybe a couple more. These are so great little gifts for, you know, baby gifts, or if you want to donate to the NICUs, these are perfect. And how adorable to use these really cute fabrics. Here's the nursery rhyme time bundle. If you missed last week's show, we have a lot of fun trying to recite the nursery rhymes and getting some help from all of you. The Jumbolaya patterns, you just go to our website. You can put in the search Jumbolaya. Just make sure you're doing jumbo, spelling out the word jumbo, and then Laya. And it's 1 purchase. All the patterns are there that we've already put in. So all 7 will be there, plus a video. So the videos we put in your account will include the cutting instructions. We cannot play that on our shows because there is copyright issue with that. But PDF patterns and videos to take you through the whole process. And you will have those forever. It's a good deal because right now it's still a pretty cheap pattern, cheap program while we're doing it. So we love it. And I just love seeing all of your blocks. So keep posting them in Gudrun's Quilt Crew. And at some point, we'll have a big old slideshow of all of the Jumbolaya blocks. All right, any other questions on the Jumbolaya? So somebody said I've only done 1 so far, but that's okay. You'll have all 9 patterns at the end of the year, and you can use them whenever. It's just a perfect little thing to pull out if you need a little quilt or if you want to make some big blocks. It's just a great way to practice those stripologizing techniques too with big pieces. Really nice. All right. I have a little update on our Nordic summer kits. You know, we've been holding some of your orders those of you that ordered a wide back from Nordic Summer with your orders. We decided today that we don't want you to wait any longer. So we are shipping all of the kits and bundles, even if you ordered a wide back with it. So we split all your orders. We're shipping them all. And then from what we've heard about the wide backs, Andover is receiving them this week, and they are promising to turn around and get it shipped to us. So hopefully it won't be too long. I would say maybe 2, 3, 4 weeks, who knows, still. But we are excited to, of course, receive it, and we're excited for you to get your kits. Now, the Victory Sew-Along is starting on September 1st, and I know we sold out of these kits really, really fast. We have more fabric, and we will be cutting more, so there is more coming, and there are more bundles coming. I am just so overwhelmed with the response for my Nordic Summer collection. It's just great to hear from all of you that have received your fabric and how great it looks in person and how fun it is to sew with and play with. So I am just excited to see all the things that you make with it. So yeah, so keep the photos coming, keep the inspiration coming, and we've got more fabric coming. We just can't keep up. It's hard. It's hard. So the Victory Sew-Along, Quilt-Along, we will start on September 1st. And then this is just going to be during our Tipsy Tuesday, and then 15th, 29th, and then October 6th and 20th. Now, this is an easy one to tag along. We are just practicing our techniques. I'll talk a lot about organization. And so what you will get if you purchase the kit is you get all the videos in your account. You will also get a cutting video. I know on your sheet it said you would have it today, but it is not ready today, unfortunately. So I just want to tell you it will be a couple days to get us caught up, and then we will get that into your account. Now, when we kick it off next week on Tipsy Tuesday, those of you that didn't order a kit are using your own fabrics. Perfectly fine. All you need is the pattern, and you can still follow along and use your own fabrics. I will give you some tips on the cutting, but we cannot, again, play the full cutting video because of the copyright issues with the patterns or copyright. We don't want to challenge our rights. So just so you know that. But who is excited about our victory? I am. Now, you have Victory right behind you, don't you? So you want to show them? Forgot to talk about that. Just so pretty.
So beautiful.
So pretty. And then behind me, I forgot to tell you guys, this is Emil, which is in our Once Upon a Strip book, which we have also heard from our printer. They are almost done. We don't they haven't shipped them to us yet, but be sure to know. You will be the first to know. We are anxiously waiting, of course. We can never count on. We're hoping they would get here in August, and maybe they'll still ship them in August, but we're just sitting here hoping and praying that sooner the better. All right. Any other questions on Victory, Nordic Summer wide backs? You did not get the cutting video for Victory. You did probably get the cutting video for Jumbolaya, yes. Okay, all right, let's move on. We have something very exciting. Again, as you may know, Nordic Summer was my first collection, like a one-time order collection for Andover. Of course, I started off with my basic collection, Hema, and my second, or I should say third collection, is coming in November. So that is called Nordic Solstice. We have it all on the website, of course, as pre-orders. And one of the projects that we will be kicking off in January is our Isold pattern and video class. So this is going to be break it down to 5 parts block of the month. You will get the pattern, the fabric, video classes, all included, a printed pattern, and we have both a standard size, which is 76 by 76, and then we have a king size variant, which is 100 by 100. You can now, if you didn't reserve Isold, you can now purchase the whole program. It is now available, and I am very, very excited about this one. It is so much fun, and actually, I am already working on mine because I got some advanced fabric, so I thought I would show you some of the blocks. Now, of course, it looks like there's a lot of triangles and looks like there's a lot of hard pieces, but trust me, stripologized methods throughout. You have the video class where I'll take you through it, even the cutting and everything. So just take a look at some of these blocks. They are so much fun. So here is one colorway of the star blocks. Here's another colorway. Oh, I just love these. There is these rectangular blocks and mirror images of each other. I can't wait to put it all together. And block 3 looks like this. So it's all doable, you guys. I wanted to show you that. Nothing is too small. We're working on pretty much on a 2-inch finished grid. So a lot of these pieces are 2.5 inches. Nothing crazy. One bit at a time. It's just how you eat an elephant. Just one block at a time. We make a big quilt, right? So what do you think? Isn't it fun to see these like in person? So pretty, so pretty. Yeah. I'm very excited when I finally get my hands on fabric and I can really see it come to life. Very excited. So if you did reserve either one of the Isold, you should have received an invoice from us starting last week over the weekend to, secure your full kit, and it has taken into account your down payment with the reservation. If you didn't get that email, don't worry. If you do go and purchase the kit, your $50 or whatever your deposit was, I think it was 50. I don't remember what it was, but whatever your deposit was will be automatically deducted from your purchase. If you have any issues, again, just contact us at help@gequiltdesigns.com. And I wanted to say that too. Any of you that had Nordic Summer orders other than the wide backs, if you are still seeing that your order is not shipped by the end of the week, please email us and we'll take a look at that. But everything should be, we're getting everything out. So might take a couple days, but we're getting everything out. And restocking at the same time. Yes, lots going on. But Isold is not the only kit we'll be offering from Nordic Solstice. We have 2 more, which is for the Frosty Windows quilt. And this is a brand new pattern. Very, again, it's stripologized, so all those blocks, those triangles in the blocks are easy peasy. And we have this really fun border print, or this, I shouldn't say border print, it's not really a border print, it's this kind of an ombre print that I used in the long borders, wide borders, and in between sashing, and it's so much fun. So we have a green, and we have a blue. So these are pre-orders. Of course, this fabric does not arrive until November. And so they'll be shipping sometime. We'll cut it right after it gets here. And we'll be shipping sometime in November. And these come with a pattern. So you don't have to order the pattern separately. It is not available yet, but very excited about these two as well. They're fun. They're a great size, 58 by 70. So check those out. These are available for pre-order now. All right, any questions on Isold or Frosty Windows? Oh, this is Emil, E-M-I-L. This is from our Once Upon a Strip book, coming real soon. Love this one, very Scandinavian. And if anybody read all of Astrid Lindgren's book, you must have read the Emil books, and they are really fun. Carnival kits are being shipped as well. Yes, Lynette, we're shipping everything except the whitebacks because we don't have them yet. So you will be getting it. So look out for that shipping notification. Frosty Blue is calling me, says Bonnie. I love it. So which one appeals to you more? The blue? Can you put up the blue, sir? This is coming later. It's okay. It's not all coming at the same time. So the blue or the green? Sharp blue, frosty blue, or subtle green? I know. Tell me which one appeals, because I can't choose. I like them both. I like everything, which is why I created it. Yes. What's the name of the white background in Frosty Windows? So there's a different background in each one, green and the blue. So they're all the prints are from Nordic Solstice. So there are two different prints from the line that are used in those. So the green one has a little bit more of a creaminess. The blue one has a little bit more of a gray undertone. So cooler and then warmer. So we have the green warm, the blue kind of cooler. So yes, blue, green, blue, green. Awesome. Well, I have some new fabrics to show you also. We have two new collections to show you today. This first one is a collection from In the Beginning Fabrics. It's a company that we don't usually, well, we haven't had a lot of their lines, but this one is a gorgeous fall line, pretty solid for just fall color, and great if you like that look. Has just kind of this fall leaf realistic look to it. Starting with this print, I love the layering. That's one of the things they do really, really well. This one is called Autumn Elegance, and it's by Jason Yenter, who is the head designer for In the Beginning. I love the dark, like the black kind of grid print on top. If the leaves, it just gives so much layering. It just looks like, leaves that have fallen. Really pretty, rusty colors with the golds and the reds with all the taupes and tans in between. And then we have some great geometric textured prints. This one it's just almost like one of those kaleidoscope things that you look through that twists and turns, but it's a great texture overall. And this is probably one of my favorites. I love this floral with the flowers I love these orange ones. And the deep, so the contrast is great because it has the deep dark in between. Really, really pretty. We have some leaves. This is more, I love how these have been kind of arranged into a geometric texture. So all the leaves create this like star or flower, more in the golden tones. And then we have almost like a plaid. So the texture on this one, it does have the stems and a little bit of kind of berries or something, but it almost looks like a plaid. You could use it as a plaid. Kind of love that. We have a little bit lighter fall leaves here. Really pretty, and the more golden tones in the background, so to lighten it up. And another one that has a little bit of geometry added to it. So this is like really the kaleidoscopes that you can create. Almost like One Block Wonders. It feels like One Block Wonders. And one more print really focuses on that black leaf outline that we saw here in the first print, but on this beautiful golden tan beige background. So 8 pieces. It's a great addition, and then obviously you would need some great coordinates to break up the patterns, to give it a little bit more of contrast. So I'm going to start with this tan. If you wanted to keep the warmth of the line, I would probably go somewhere in the tan family for a background, but these tones also work really well. This is Crackle in the taupe, and I really like it with these tones here. I try to kind of go across the board to find all these different tones that are in the fabrics. This is Deco Stitch Cinnamon Sugar. So it has a very nice, warm, caramely color that plays well with everything. For the golds, I wanted to use something that's a little more mustard, a little more muted. You can see that with the golden tones in here, that this one works well. This is Bumbleberry's English Mustard. Very nice. And then, of course, for some good oranges, Nitty Gritty Nectarine has both a little bit of brown, orange, and gold in it. So I think it's great with some of these. Another tone of orange, Grunge, and the Yam has more of the golden orange. So I think that works really well here too. And the Rusty Reds, I love this one. Hema Glacier in the Saddle. It is perfect with all of these tones. You can see it's almost like blends in perfectly. So very nice. For a little bit of contrast, I pulled out this one, Glazed Mushroom. This tone is in the prints, but look how great of a contrast it would be without being like out of the blue. It kind of works really well with it. For some of the warmer tones, Grunge in the Rum Raisin is a perfect brown for the tones that are already in the prints. For a little more deeper tones, I also pulled Hema Pebbles in the Coffee Break, a nice warm brown that's going to fit with some of the darker warm browns in here. And for the darkest, without going black, I pulled Terrain in the Aged Gray. I love that with these darkest accents. So I think that's great. Now to lighten this all up with the background, I would go either two ways. So a little bit taupe. So this is Dry Brush in the cream. It has, you can see a little bit of taupe here. It's still going to stand out from all the prints, but give you that same texture and warm feel. Or you can lean to more towards the kind of a greenish gold background. This is Surface Design in the Plaster, and I think this is great with it too. Great contrast with everything, so if you want to make blocks with a background, this one would be a great option. And as for a wide back, I love the Arabesque prints that we have in wide backs, and I just love this honey gold color. I think this would be fabulous for a backing for a, kind of a fall color theme. It's so nice and warm. And so this is Arabesque 108 in Honey. So there it is, Autumn Elegance by Jason Yenter for In the Beginning Fabrics. This next collection is a winter holiday collection, and it has a panel. So I'm going to start with the panel. It is called Holly, Holly, Woods. So 2 words, Holly Woods. And it is adorable. Just look at these guys. Might want to put, I'm going to show you just for scale. So it's got the tree with the gifts. The raccoon is under the tree. We have a porcupine We have a cardinal, a moose, owls, a deer, a fox, and a bear, and a hare, and a squirrel, and another raccoon up there. So, I mean, the scale of the animals might not be too realistic because the fox is almost as big as the deer, and the bear is smaller, but is this cute or what? So, do you want to show them the whole thing? It is so adorable. Yes. This is the panel, Hollywood's woodland decorating panel. So this is kind of a little wintry one. Even though it has a Christmas tree, I wouldn't mind having a quilt with this. But we have a bundle too, a 10-piece bundle. And it is really cute. So it has all of those beautiful characters and this wonderful grayish, tealish blue in the background. Starting with this one, it has the bears, an owl, a bunny, squirrel, all the fun stuff going on here in the woods. And this background, this blue, kind of a snowflakey background, is repeated in this almost tone-on-tone. Texture is a little bit darker, but I love having a little bit of a darker and shade difference in the blues. And speaking of shade difference, here's even a lighter, a little bit more in the aqua. And look at the beautiful colors of all the ornaments. Glass, kind of vintagey glass ornaments. They're so pretty. Then we go into a little bit lighter. We have the garlands on, it's kind of a off-white aqua undertone behind this, so it goes really well with the blues in here. And then more on the lighter side. Another novelty print with the bear in the bag in Santa sack. Just these beautiful scenes. I love that this is tossed. All of these are tossed, so not too much direction to them. Going into some greens, we have the stockings on this beautiful soft green background. I just love the artwork here. It's so adorable and unique. That's why I had to have it. You know me and unique fabrics. Another green that is more yellow green. So with the mushrooms. I love that all the mushrooms are decorated with Christmas lights. So cute. For some red, we have this really cute polka dot with the green, so it really connects. And this, it's a really nice soft red, has a little bit of orange, like an orange red. And then we have another deeper red with all the like brush trees, all the little trees, decorative trees. And finally, the last print is awesome. It is bringing all the colors together. It's this check. Look at that, all the fun colors together. Such a great blender to tie it all together. So this is the one. So there's 10 pieces in this collection in the bundle. We have it both in half yards and fat quarters. So I'm gonna start with this print because it is the exact same print that's in the line. We have it in 1 yard. Hollywood's Critter Evening Snow Slate. Hollywood's Critter Evening Snow Slate. I love it, I know. Some other great blues to go in here. I love this one, Glaze and the Raindrop. Look how well that mixes in here just perfectly. It's like it's a part of it. And then I wanted a little bit of an aqua tone for the lighter one. This is Grunge Blue. Very simply, Grunge Blue. One of the first grunges that came out. Another grunge to go with this minty undertone. This is Grunge Snow White. It has that mint green aqua undertone, so it's great with these. And then this second light print has more of a light, and that's Chroma Frost. That is a great mix, mixes perfectly with some of those frosty grays in it. For the greens, started with Canvas and the Kiwi, perfect for this tone of green. And then for the mushroom underground, undercolor here, background color. Grunge and the kelp. Perfect. I love this one. It is a great tone, a very unique color. Now for the reds, I chose Magic Dot in the strawberry. Has a nice warm red, and it's gonna having the little dots look so great with these prints. And another warm one, Grunge Scarlet, also looks really good with the rest of them. So great reds. Now I wanted to pull some of the colors that were in this print, and really are continuous through all of the collection, the whole collection. We had to have a dark green. So this is Grunge Evergreen that matches the green in here really well. And then I had to pull out the gold as well. I love this deep gold. So I chose Grass Cloth Cottons. That's a great accent. It's gonna work really well and stand out from all of them. And then if you wanted to go more deeper tones, warm tones, pull out some of the dark browns, dry brush, and the dark chocolate. It's a great accent if you want a harsh, kind of a harsher, stronger contrast, but also would be a really cool background, I think. So a great option for backing if you want to make a bigger quilt. We have a 108 that's called First Frost Snowfall, and it's this off-white fabric, and it is got this gray snowflakes on it. Really, really cool. So this is Holly Woods. Remember, the panel is sold separately, but the bundle is available for half yards and 5/4. Holly Woods by Cathy Walters for Studio E Fabrics. We also have a couple of new, we actually always are getting new 108s in the store. Couple of ones to note. We have 2 Anna Maria prints in there. These are just gorgeous large scale prints. This is called Anna Maria Gold. I'm not sure if the print is called that, but that's the gold tone with a little bit of pink. And then we have the green as well that has a little bit of lavender, a little pink as well, but both really beautiful if you like florally fun backs for your quilt. So these are available in 3-yard cuts and some 2-yard cuts as well by 108. So there it is. We do want to I do want to acknowledge a great person we lost today. Quite the humanitarian, has done so much good on this earth. Miss Dolly Parton, R.I.P. Oh my gosh. What she leaves behind is amazing. And she was working on supporting and helping people all the way to the end. So
She was a fan.
yeah, someone to look up to. And
Yeah, everybody was a fan of Dolly.
Yeah.
Everybody.
yeah, so respected in the music community too, right? For
Absolutely.
writing and yeah, amazing. So she did good. She did good. All right, let's move on to our giveaway question. We have this great question, and I can't wait to hear all your answers. What is your favorite past GE sew-along?
Ooh.
I know, it's hard to choose. I don't know. I mean, we're talking about 10 strip-alongs, and there's so many to choose from. So let us know in the comments. It'd be funny if you have a reason why, because there's always a reason. Maybe it was a quilt you gave to somebody special, or it was during a certain time that was special in your life. Who knows? But I'd love to hear it. So we will pull up a random answer next week to win a gift card. So just put your answer in the comments, everybody. Now that's our show. We have our next shows coming up at the end of the week, Friday. This Friday will be August 28th at 12 p.m. Central Time. And then we'll be back here with Tipsy Tuesday on September 1st. At 4 p.m. Central Time.
Sure enough.
It's September. My goodness.
Oh,
my
the
goodness.
best month of the year.
Yeah.
The best month of the year.
Yikes.
September.
It sure is. Well, Johan is starting school on Wednesday, first grader. So just a big boy. That's a big, big change. So I think a lot of kids have started school. So some of your kids, grandkids, whatever. It's always something about that, even though we don't have kids at home. It's just something about routine. Everything falls in place. It's just great. Trip to Shore was Julie's favorite. Elvira was her first one. Yep. I mean, there's a lot. Hope during COVID. Lots of different ones. I'm sure we're going to have lots of different answers. But we really appreciate you. Keep those answers coming. That's it for us tonight. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening and a great week. We will see you next time.
Sunrise shining through my sewing room, coffee brewing, fabric in bloom, stacks of color lined up clean, living out that GE dream. Rulers and steady hands, turning yardage into plans from Minnesota down to the seas. We're stitching joy with GE. Every color